Uh, well, preservation, you know, the whole Route 66 in general, and certainly in preservation, can get very emotional. And if there's one problem that exists on Route 66, that the old timers, and I mean the old Route 66 associations and national organizations, were able to circumvent and didn't have, and that's regionalism and politics. I'm not talking about partisan party politics. I'm talking about the politics of urban versus rural. You know, well, St. Louis is getting too much and Springfield, Missouri is not getting enough. You know, upstate versus downstate and so forth. And interstate rivalries and jealousies and things like that. And we're getting better at that on Route 66, I must say. We're getting very, very much better at that, at solving those problems. So I think that, get me back on track.
How should people go about trying to preserve things? What should they preserve? What don't they do?
Sorry about that lapse. I was thinking about that. It's very important to stress that politic problem, which we're trying to straighten out. So then when you get down to actual preservation issues, I think the strong will survive. Those buildings, those edifices, those places, that commercial archaeology that has the loudest voices and strongest advocates, they'll prevail. Some places, it's interesting, you know, some places are ghost towns, and they don't make me sad. I rather like them because they're a barometer for me. A place like Glen Rio or something. But I like, of course, these thriving towns, and I think much of that will be preserved. Again, as I keep saying, we can't preserve it all, but I think if we preserve some examples of Art Deco architecture, or Pueblo Deco, or this or that, or this type of building, or this sort of construction, or this category of business, that'll be good. That'll be good because we have all these wonderful Route 66 museums now and entities, but in a way, the road itself is the best museum, and it's a living museum, this artery. So I feel quite hopeful by the preservation movement, and I'm delighted because we have, at last, all the bureaucracies involved, from state, local, and federal government, and you have to get them involved. What I caution people to do, if they ask me, in a little town, is, well, we're going to clean up, we're going to paint over that fading Coca-Cola sign, and no, don't do that. Leave the historic patina. You have to have that. Don't make it too Santa. This is not a job for Walt Disney. Leave some of the edges there. Leave that patina. You have to have it. And I think people realize that.